Moments after his phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin, President Donald Trump indicated to reporters that he would like to see talks toward ending Russia's war in Ukraine start, quote, immediately. And to that end, we are learning that President Trump is dispatching 3 of his top lieutenants to Saudi Arabia for talks with senior-level Russian officials in the coming days. Now, according to 2 sources familiar with those plans, we are learning that Secretary of State Marco Rubio, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, as well as Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, will travel to Saudi Arabia for those talks. Now, our colleague Matthew Chance has learned that the Kremlin has also begun assembling its own set of senior-level officials to participate in those negotiations. That includes top political, intelligence, and economic figures. Now, President Trump, for his part, has also indicated that depending on the progress of those talks, he too could meet in person in Saudi Arabia with Russian President Vladimir Putin. He said that that meeting could happen in the not too distant future. And he also indicated that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman could be part of those discussions. Of course, the Crown Prince has been a key interlocutor between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia and Russia. Now, one party that won't be at the negotiating table, according to U.S. Special Envoy for Russia and Ukraine, General Keith Kellogg, is the Europeans. Kellogg did say, however, that the Ukrainians would have a seat at that negotiating table, though he declined to say when exactly that might take place. Now, Kellogg also indicated Sunday at the Munich Security Conference that Russia is going to have to make concessions. Take a look.
To me, there's going to have to be things like territorial concessions as well. Okay, some of it is unrealistic to expect where you'd want to go to, but it's territorial. It's subterritorial. It could be the engagement of refusing to use force, renouncement of the use of force into the future. From a political side, he's not going to downsize his military forces. Hopefully, get rid of. What we're going to try to do is basically force him into actions. What you want to do is force him to actions maybe he's uncomfortable with.
We are seeing President Trump dramatically reshape U.S. foreign policy as it comes to Russia and Ukraine, and also seek to rebuild some of those relations with Russian President Vladimir Putin. But certainly very critical talks in the days ahead we'll be watching quite closely. Betsy Klein, CNN, traveling with the president in West Palm Beach, Florida.